testimony, compound, and calls for speculation, but go ahead and do your best to answer.
I don't know that.
Okay. Are you aware of any chiefs who don't have any licenses?
I have been made aware through reports, yes.
Okay. In fact, Marla Brunei had no license, right?
I've been told that, yes.
Okay. And what steps did you take to investigate that allegation?
We took steps in closed session.
Okay. Don't you think the children of the city of Milwaukee deserve to have licensed teachers?
I think the children in the United States deserve to have licensed, credentialed, the best educators, but that is not the case.
Okay. How about in the administrators? Do you think they're entitled to have licensed administrators?
Entitled?
That's right.
It should be required.
Okay. Don't you think that you are obligated to take steps to make sure that the children of the city of Milwaukee have licensed educators?
Absolutely.
Okay. How about Mr. Galvan? Has he ever been out of licensure to your knowledge?
I am not aware.
How about Jennifer Smith?
Why don't you let her answer? I know you want to rocket a bunch of questions so you can't get her to answer, but let her respond. Go ahead.
I've never heard of those individuals' their credentials being questioned.
Okay. Going back to Exhibit 6 here, I see that it says, this is Ms. Falleron speaking, I've spent months showing MPS's complete lack of process and accountability as it relates to ensuring our mostly black and brown employees are enrolled in legitimate and or approved teacher licensure programs.
Can you tell us where you're reading from before you read the question?
Sure. Did you see that?
No, I'm looking.
No, it's
So
on
why
the
don't you-
first page, as I indicated,
No, you didn't.
and it's on Exhibit 6, as I indicated.
You indicated Exhibit 6, that's it.
Okay. So, do you see now on this second paragraph down in the halfway there, it says, I've spent months showing MPS's complete lack of process?
It says second paragraph is since, or no, my whistleblower reports?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep. And we're like 6 lines down there.
Okay.
I have spent months showing. Do you see that now?
Yes.
Okay. Is that a true statement?
That Fulleron has spent months? Is that what you're asking?
Do you not understand the question, ma'am?
I don't understand the question.
Okay. I'll read it again. Is this a true statement? I have spent months showing MPS's complete lack of processes and accountability as it relates to ensuring our mostly black and brown employees are enrolled in legitimate and or approved teacher license programs.
I'm going to object to the former question's broad and vague. Lacks foundation calls for speculation on the part of this witness, but go ahead and answer if you can.
I wasn't there when she did it. She said she did it. It's in writing.
Okay. Let's do this one.
I have more copies.
Okay, and this is another email sent to you at least twice by Teresa Falleron, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll look down at the bottom there. It says a quick recap. Do you see that?
Why don't you ever identify it first? This is Exhibit 7. It's an email dated October 8th, 2023 from Teresa Fulleron. Now go ahead and...
Okay. What was the...
So, you joined the board in April of 2021, right?
Yes.
Okay. And now you see below it says a quick recap.
Yes.
And this is on the email as the reference line is sexual harassment, discrimination, and retaliation at MPS, right?
Yes.
Do you believe there's sexual harassment at MPS?
Check the form questions, broad and vague. Calls for speculation on the part of this witness and lacks foundation. Go ahead and answer if you can.
It has been alleged in reports, specifically in this report.
Okay. And do you believe that this report is credible?
Again, I'm going to object to foundation. Broad and vague. Calls for speculation on the part of this witness. Go ahead and answer if you can.
I can't. It's an investigation. I can't. It's allegations that were made by someone.
Okay. And just on that subject, Matt Chasen investigated Teresa Falleraun's complaints, right?
I don't remember the order of operation, who investigated what first, but I do know that Matt was involved in the process at some point.
And he reported that investigation to the board, right?
He reported it to the board with the attorneys present in the
Okay.
executive session.
So how do you maintain that there's an ongoing investigation if Matt Chasen submitted his findings to the board?
I want to object to the form of the question. Broadenbeck also Lex Foundation that he submitted his findings to the board. And again, this is attorney-client privilege, so I'm an instructor not to answer.
What this is testimony by an attorney who is not a witness in this case.
I'm setting forth an objection. This is attorney-client
No, it's a
privilege.
speaking objection, and
It's
it's completely proper.
attorney-client privilege.
It's completely
I'm
proper,
instructing
you know.
her not to answer.
Using that tone of voice doesn't make your point better.
But you're not hearing it.
No, I disagree.
You're not hearing it.
Disagreement is different than not hearing
Well,
it.
then move on.
You may not be
You
accustomed
disagreed.
to
Move
that.
on.
God, your behavior is really outrageous here. It really should not be tolerated, and I hope
Move
that
on.
we'll have an end to it soon.
Move on.
So that we can have an orderly record and discovery as this complainant is entitled to. So, December 21st of 2021, Teresa Falleraun submits an internal employee rights complaint to ERAD, right?
According to this recap, yes.
Okay. And you have, although you haven't investigated this at all personally, do you have any evidence to dispute that?
I don't have any evidence to dispute that.
Okay. March 21st, 2022, notified by James Gordon. Do you know who that is?
No.
You don't know James Gordon at all?
I don't know him. No, I've heard of him, but I don't know him.
Okay, do you know what ERAD means?
The employee, the division that responds to employee complaints within the EEOC? Is that,
It's your district, ma'am.
I'm saying, the person who oversees the complaints filed on the district side. I thought that was part of that division that reviews all of this and escalates matters, yeah.
Okay, moving on, it says that he, I assume that's James Gordon, assigned my internal ERD complaint to law firm Bulow Vetter for an independent investigation. Do you see that there?
Yes.
Okay, and there's an ERD, there's an Equal Rights Division with the state of Wisconsin. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, and MPS just happens to have an internal ERD, is that right?
There's an internal individual that handles those complaints, yes.
Have you ever been confused by the fact that MPS has an internal ERD office?
No, this has come up before, but no, I haven't, no.
How has it come up before?
It's come up before because it questioned whether or not it was a conflict of interest.
Okay. How did you respond to that issue coming up, if at all?
The explanation as to why that position or division was created was to address the matters that could potentially lead to legal action. And so it was almost like a process created internally to ensure that those matters were being dealt with. That's how it was explained to me, short and sweet.
Okay. So James Gordon says that he assigns the internal ERD complaint to the law firm Bulow Vetter for an independent investigation. And she also notes that Bulow and Vetter employs Calvin Furman, previously MPS Deputy Superintendent, and Savion Grinnell, previous MPS Employee Relations Specialist, as attorneys. Did I read that right?
Kind of lost with where you are, but...
Sure, March 21st, 2022. And it says, notified by James Gordon that he assigned my internal ERD complaint to law firm Bulow Vetter for an independent investigation. You see that? Okay. And now we're talking about Calvin Furman, who was previously the MPS Deputy Superintendent, works at Bulow Vetter. Is that accurate?
I mean, it's here.
Okay. And that's the same Calvin Furman that Mr. Reardon wouldn't let you discuss the fact that he's an ALJ, right?
That's not exactly true, but
That's not true.
Oh, okay. Well, did you answer my questions regarding Calvin Furman's position as an ALJ?
I told you I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware. I told you I didn't know where he worked.
And Mr. Reardon never told you not to answer my questions regarding Calvin Furman, is that right?
again, this is going nowhere. I instructed her not to answer various questions. Move on to another question. We're not going to rehash old territory.
Furman was participating in legal actions and decisions regarding Milwaukee Public Schools University, which are part of my complaints. Do you see that there?
Yes.
Okay, is that true based on your knowledge?
I mean, it's here in writing.
Okay. So, and this is the same Calvin Furman now who's an ALJ and a peer of the person who's making the decision in this case, right?
Again, I'm going to object to foundation. She's already testified. She doesn't know what Calvin Furman does right now.
I said that earlier.
That you don't know what he does right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in fact, I asked you more questions on that and you refused to answer, right?
Again, I instructed her not to answer certain questions. Move on. We're not going to plow the same ground anymore.
So I'm reading here, in good faith and out of my duty to abide by MPS policy, state and federal law, and to uphold the mission of public education in Milwaukee, I have provided thousands of pages of information. Is that true?
Where are we?
reading?
We're on the third paragraph now. But the question is this true?
Wait, why don't you tell us where you're reading first so we can follow along, then agree if it's been written here or not?
Okay, so I'm on the third paragraph, and we've gone up a little bit. It starts, in good faith and out of my duty to abide by MPS policy. Do you see that there?
Yes.
Okay, do you have a duty to abide by MPS policy?
Yes.
How about state and federal law?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have a duty to uphold the mission of public education?
Yes.
Okay. These documents offer examples of what I believe to be malfeasance, fraud, nepotism, and violations of PI 34 statutes, retaliation, and discrimination by MPS administrators. Is that right?
Is that what's written?
Is that what's written?
As written, that is correct.
Okay, do you believe that to be a true statement?
I'm object to foundation, also broad and vague. I don't know how she would know that. Calls for speculation.
Yeah, I mean, it says it in writing. I wasn't there when she conducted all of the research and pulled that information.
Okay. I'm going to give you this document here. Okay.
Why don't we mark these?
Okay, you can mark it.
Well, if you're going to ever look at it, you
Sure.
can mark it.
Yeah.
You okay?
Did you recognize those documents?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Well, do you have any clue of what they are from the document itself?
I mean, I'm familiar with the details, yes.
What is that document?
This is a complaint document, a document where you file a complaint. It goes through the process to collect statements, to gather evidence. Kind of like,
What's the date of that complaint?
what is the date? I do not see a date in here. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't see a date.
Okay. Let's take a break for a quick moment here to go off the record. I understand that you want to be done at 4:30.
I was asking if we were gonna be done at 4:30.
Okay, I got it. If you mean like, I think we're close. So let's take a few minute break here
Sure.
and then.
Do you know how
we'll
much
finish that.
more you've got? Because we can,
15, 20, something like that.
okay, because then you can tell your daughter what's gonna happen, so.
Stand by, we're going off the record. The time is 4:30 PM. This is the end of Media Unit 3.